How to hire top talent faster than any other business. You know that senior role that you just can't seem to fill? That super special one that's been open for months and months and months. Well, I'll tell you something. It's starting a chain reaction that you may not be able to stop. So your best people are doing 2, maybe 3 jobs. And I'll tell you, they're burnt out and they're probably updating their resumes right about now, and they will leave. You won't be able to replace them either. So that one empty chair is about to turn into 5. I call it the talent death spiral. And if you're a founder, executive, or a hiring manager with a critical role that's been open for more than 60 days, well, I have some bad news for you. You're already in it. First, you can't fill the role. So your team starts to cover the gap, but then your team's performance drops down. Before you know it, your stars are getting recruited away. Now you can't fill those either. So growth starts to stall, or worse, starts to regress. And then guess what? It's game over. Now, I've personally seen this happen to about 3 different companies just this year. So that's why today I'm revealing the exact rapid hire framework that gets offers in the hands of candidates in 7 days or less, without sacrificing quality, without inflating salaries, and without cutting corners. 4 steps, 7 days, world-class talent. Now, are you ready to dive in? Great, let's go. Now, this is the exact same system that we use to help our clients land senior engineers, VPs, C-suite executives, or any other position before their competition even knows that these people are open, interested, or looking. So if you're just absolutely tired of just losing great people to other offers, then this is for you. Now, let me paint you a picture. Slow hiring can actually cost a company tremendously. And an empty sales role, for example, can cost conservatively $100,000 or more just in missed pipeline. Think about maybe an engineering role that goes unfulfilled for maybe a quarter. Well, you've just delayed your product launch by at least 3 to 6 months. And let's say you have no marketing leader. Well, that probably means your competitors, they're eating your market share for breakfast. But here's the cost that nobody calculates. It's the compound damage. Your existing team is doing double or triple duty. They're exhausted, they're frustrated, and guess what? They're getting recruited by companies that have their act together. I spoke to an executive last month, SaaS company, growing fast. They spent 3 months trying to hire their VP of engineering. 3 months of interviews, deliberations, reference checks, all of that for nothing. You know what happened? They lost their top 2 engineers to companies who made offers within a week. Now, instead of just 1, all of a sudden they had 3 roles to fill. The irony is they thought they were being thorough. They were trying to avoid a bad hire. Instead, they created an absolute talent crisis. Meanwhile, companies using our rapid hire framework, well, they're building dream teams and everyone else is still updating job descriptions. So I'll break the framework down in a few steps. So step number 1, you want to build your talent ICP. This is ideal candidate profile. Stop writing job descriptions based on what the last person did. That's thinking about hiring for yesterday. So what you want to do before you write a single word, you want to answer 3 specific questions. First, impact. What specific outcome will this person deliver in the next 90 days? Not manage team. That's a task. Think more like they will reduce customer churn from 15% to 10%. That's impact. Next, we want to talk about core competencies. What are the 3 to 5 skills that actually matter? I'm not talking about 47 bullet points of nice to haves. I'm talking about the non-negotiables that directly drive impact. And lastly, proof. What evidence proves that they can do this? I'm not talking about the years of experience. Actual proof. Did they lead a team? They led a team that shipped X. They built a system that handled Y. Now, this should take you 2 hours to nail down at the most. And most companies actually just skip this process altogether. And then they interview a bunch of people and wonder why no one can deliver. So when you know exactly who you're looking for, finding them becomes so simple. Step number 2, this is something called signal stacking. Now, unfortunately, here's what 99% of companies do. Need a job, post it on LinkedIn, and just wait. Here's what we do. We call it signal stacking. So you're going to incorporate multiple layers of different search signals throughout your search. Start with layer 1. This is a simple LinkedIn recruiter Boolean search. Use search points like scaled team from 10 to 50, series B, remote first. Use and or, and this will help you find the right audience on LinkedIn. Layer 2. Try alumni networks. You can target companies or universities. You can also target your competitor if you've just found out that they've had a round of layoffs. And layer 3, niche communities. These are where A players actually hang out. Private Discord servers, paid Slack communities, GitHub contributors, these are the places to find them. Layer 4, activate a warm referral network. Make every employee become a talent scout for you. Remember, we're not finding more candidates, we're finding the right ones. We're finding them in places where others aren't even looking. I had a client find their CTO in a 500-person Discord channel that was dedicated to AI engineering. They hired him in 5 days. He wasn't on LinkedIn, and he definitely wasn't looking, but he was perfect. Step number 3, the 72-hour outreach blitz. Now, when we identify an A player, we have 72 hours to get them engaged. Not interested, just engaged. So here's your breakdown. First, you want to send a personalized LinkedIn message. You want to reference their specific work, something like your go-to-market playbook that took startup from 2 million to 20 million ARR. We need that. That's your go-to. Then 24 hours later, you're going to send an email with a specific problem that you need to solve. Here's our current architecture challenge. Based on your work at XYZ company, curious how you'd approach it. Now you've hit the 48-hour mark. You want to send a voice note or a video message from the hiring manager. Hi, Sarah. I'm building the team that solved. Your background is exactly what we need. Do you have 15 minutes to explore? By the time you get to day 3, you're going to send the pattern interrupt. I know you're not looking, but what we're building is different. One conversation, just 15 minutes, and I'll show exactly why we think you're exceptional and what we're hoping to find. At a minimum, you'll know your market value. The response rate on this sequence is nearly 75%. Why? Well, because it's not generic, it's not automated. It shows that we did our homework, and it shows that we're serious. That brings me to step number 4, the 7-day decision sprint. This is where most companies absolutely just fall apart. They get great candidates interested, and then they kill their momentum with a 6-week interview circus. So our sprint works like this. On days 1 to 2, you're going to be conducting skills screening. 30 minutes, technical conversation, 3 core competencies. At the end, you want to pass or fail. You want that decision immediately. Days 3 to 4, you're going to be conducting your culture deep dive. This is 45 minutes. You can include some peers. You don't want to say, tell me about yourself. You want specific scenarios, real problems that they'd solve. Day 5, you want to bring in an executive. You want a vision alignment, 30 to 40 minutes with a founder and executive where the company's going, why that matters, what success looks like. By day 6, you've already started your reference checks. You want to call 3 references simultaneously while preparing the offer. And by day 7, you are presenting the offer. This is not an email. This is a video call with specifics about their first 90 days. It's important to note that every interview will have a scorecard, and every interviewer has to submit feedback within 2 hours. Decisions are made daily, not weekly. No, let's think about it. No, we need more data. You either know or you don't. And if you don't know after 3 focused conversations, you never will. Now here's the fun part, your competitive advantage. So here's what happens when you actually implement this strategy. Right off the bat, you're gonna be getting the first pick of all available talent. While others are scheduling, you're gonna be closing deals. Second, candidates are gonna be blown away. The speed, this signals confidence. It shows that you know what you want, and A players love that. And third, your employer brand is going to explode. Candidates talk, and they made a decision within a week. Man, that will spread so fast, it'll blow your mind. Our clients who are using this framework are seeing 67% reduction in time to fill, 40% lower cost per hire, 83% offer acceptance rate, and 92% of hires are still with the company after their first year. But here's the hidden benefit that nobody talks about. Your existing team, they see you moving fast, bringing in the reinforcements, not letting them suffer. Your morale is going to go up and your retention is going to skyrocket. Fast hiring creates fortuitous cycles. Good people attract other good people. Your success starts to compound. This is the motivation. This is what keeps teams building. Now, if you're thinking, we have policies, we have procedures. Well, those policies, those procedures, they're costing you hundreds of thousands of dollars and you're still making bad hires. And that 5-person interview panel, well, most likely 3 of them bring 0 value to the decision. And I can tell you this, the month-long reference check, well, you might as well give up now because the reference check is going to be towards somebody who's no longer looking for a job. Look, you can keep doing what you're doing. You can keep losing A players to faster companies. You can keep watching your team burn out while their other roles stay empty. Or you can accept the fact that the hiring game has changed and speed and quality are not opposites, especially when you have the right systems. So everything I just showed you, the ICP framework, the signal stacking system, the outreach templates, the interview scorecards, I'll implement all of this within your organization for you. All you need to do is click the link below, book a strategy session with me. We'll conduct an audit of your current hiring process. We'll show you exactly where you're losing time and where you're losing candidates, and build you a custom rapid hire system. We'll have you meeting A player candidates within your first 7 days. Now, if you're not ready to transform your hiring process just yet, that's okay too. Go ahead and click the video on your screen here where I reveal the interview question that predicts 95% hiring success. So if you found this video helpful, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.